Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nursyazana Bt Ariffin from Class 2C, and I'm going to talk about my philosophy of education. So, I believe that education does not have a single clear purpose, be it if that person is trying to learn how to ride a bike or communicate effectively in a foreign language, or is trying to rewire their house. The point of these examples are just to acquire an adequate level of proficiency to function. So what is the general point of education then? That is not straightforward at all. The point of education is not to turn their children into ambulant data banks, but instead nurture and help develop their abilities both as an inquirer and as a moral agent. So as an educator, I will guide and help prepare them to become lifelong learners who are able to choose their decisions wisely, to become the unique individuals that they are. Well, it is important for the teachers to always focus and make them live up to their potentials as a unique individual. And that is why they can do differentiating instructions for if they don't understand, by varying their instructions and varying their content. Hopefully they can understand the lesson better. As a teacher, we cannot be biased. We always have to consider other people's challenges. So the important thing is to remember that they all learn differently, because some are hands-on learners while others may be auditory or visual. There are several things that I find important in my philosophy of education. Since the classroom is a place where the student will always be daily, I think the classroom management is imperative for learning to take place. When I was a student, I knew I wanted a good environment so that I could concentrate on learning and not be distracted. But we cannot only make them comfortable, but we also have to instill discipline and make them respect the people around them and themselves. Curriculum is also important because it is the core of learning, and this must be delivered in an understanding manner because this is what helps them learn. I certainly want to make sure my students are understanding what I am teaching, so using the appropriate methods to check for understanding is necessary. If students do not understand, then the teacher, me, will have to find other ways to make them understand. We have to find other solutions or other delivery contents or instructions to make them process the information. I will do my best to make my lessons interesting because this helps motivate students and engage them more in my learning process. In their learning process, I will provide challenging assignments and will let my students work in group so they can build social skills and also learn things from each other. Challenging assignments can help them think more, and that is what my goal is in class. I want them to be independent thinkers who can survive on their own and be a little bit more open-minded. I will also use assessments to monitor my students' learning and will provide prompt feedback on assignments. But I will not stress on assessments because I do not want them to think that they are learning because they have to. I want them to be encouraged to learn instead of being forced to learn. So the goal I have in mind for my students are for them to be valuable individual in society with good values instilled in them. Students will be able to contribute to their community and help it make a better place to live. I believe that education helps in reshaping society because it helps students learn to become more sociable and help them develop relationships with their peers. I believe that exposing kids to a different language or culture will avoid and demonstrate cultural nuances and make them aware of the global awareness. Therefore, it is our duties as the teachers, not only teachers, parents also, teaching colleagues, peers around them, community, to work hard in providing the best instruction possible in order to train students to become future leaders that will lead to a better life. Thank you. That is all from me. Have a good day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nursyazana Bt Ariffin. There are several things that I find important in my philosophy of education. Since the classroom is a place where the students will always be, there are several things that I find there are several things that I find I cannot do this.